What's up, gamers? Welcome to the show where I keep you guys updated on the latest in gaming news. But before we get into today's gaming news, let's take a look at today's clip of the day. Clip of the day.
Whiskey River.
So yeah, that was our clip of the day for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But now let's get into our gaming news for today. And our first news report for the day is about the Oculus Rift, because over the weekend we received the recommended specifications for the virtual reality headset. And it looks like we're going to need a pretty decent PC to be able to run this thing. The recommended specs include an i5 equivalent or greater and an Nvidia GTX 970. And all of these specs actually make up a pretty good mid-range PC. And if you were to have a PC with these sort of specs, it's probably going to cost around $800, which is pretty insane, especially when that's just for the recommended specs as well. Like, I'm sure if you really wanted to max this thing out and get the most out of it and run it at the best quality possible, then the specs needed are going to be a lot more high-end than the recommended specs that we have right here. Which means really, unless you have a really beast PC, then you're not going to really be able to get the best experience with this headset. But what's sort of good about this is that it kind of confirms that I'm personally probably not going to pick up the Oculus Rift when it first comes out, because I don't really want to have to worry about not having the right specs to be able to run this thing properly. It's more likely that I'm going to pick up Sony's or Microsoft's headset, as I know that it's definitely going to be able to run at its best with the console that they're made for, and that way I won't have to worry about spending extra money on hardware or upgrading anything, because I know that the headsets for the consoles are pretty much just going to be plug and play, so it just makes everything I guess easier. But if you do have a really beast PC, then the Oculus Rift is most likely going to be the better headset to pick up, because virtual reality on the PC is just going to be simply more realistic and probably offer higher end graphics, which will make the whole experience just a whole lot better. So if you're thinking of grabbing the Oculus Rift, they're the recommended specs that you're going to need to be able to run it. But that's that piece of gaming news, and now on to our next news report of the day, and it's coming to us from Take-Two Interactive, because today the publisher had its quarterly financial conference call, and during the call we learned that GTA 5 has sold nearly 52 million units across all 5 platforms, but we also learned that a brand new AAA title is also in the works and is going to be announced pretty soon. Now, we haven't actually been told any details on what game this is going to be. All we do know is that it's a AAA title. So could this maybe be a Red Dead Redemption 2? I'm sure hoping that it is, as I'm personally a huge fan of the first Red Dead Redemption, and there's already rumors going around that a second game in the franchise is currently in the works, so it would sort of make sense if the announcement was actually for Red Dead Redemption 2. But then again, it could maybe be Mafia 3 or maybe even a second LA Noire. But I just think if I was Take-Two and knowing how popular the first Red Dead Redemption was, bringing out a second one on the new gen consoles would probably be a pretty smart thing to do. But what I'm excited about is that they've said the announcement for this new game is going to be coming to us extremely soon, so I'm guessing that they're probably going to have an announcement up their sleeve at E3. So really, we're only going to have to wait another month before the announcement of this next big AAA game. But I'll be sure to keep you guys updated as we get more information about what this game is. But what do you guys think this next game's going to be? Like, is it going to be the next Red Dead Redemption or maybe the next Bully game? Leave that in the comment section below, because I want to know what game from Take-Two you guys would want to see if it is in fact a sequel to one of their previous games. Anyway, to our third and final news piece of the day, and it's a pretty quick news piece because the teaser we got was actually extremely quick, but it's for the new Doom game. Bethesda did release this 12-second teaser trailer, and it doesn't really show us much. We pretty much only really get 2 clips of in-game footage, but the whole point of this trailer was to just tease us and get us all excited for the new Doom game, which looks like it's going to have its full proper gameplay reveal at E3 this year. So that's pretty exciting news for Doom fans, and that's going to be it for today's gaming news. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button as always, and also don't forget to follow me on Twitter as well. You can follow me there if you want to know what I'm up to on a day-to-day basis, and if you want to know exactly when the next video is going to be coming out. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Tom Clancy's The Division may have just received a more definite release date, because as of late last year, Amazon had a listing of The Division on their website with the default release date set to be announced. But this morning, that release date was actually changed, and it now says the